They don't have to worry that the hurt doesn't show, but pains the road. So strangers are you and me, that I can feel it. God. Okay. Let's get started. Let's get started already. Hello, everybody. Mike's here. Today, I'm getting so pumped up right now, and today I'm gonna give you a story, give you a way back story of what do I remember. Okay, so in the meantime, I have lots of things to remember, but there is one thing that I remember back when I was in the Philippines, and I remember this place, and I remember I lived there for when I was a kid. Okay, once again, I remember when I was a little kid, when I was like 4 or 5 years old. We built a house right there. We built a house in wonderful place. It's where all the it's like a suburb. It's like a suburbs, but it's almost quite a suburb there. It's where all the roads and all the streets right there. And I remember that there is a entrance to go to Garden Bloom Aviation Center. If you don't know what Garden Bloom Aviation Center was, it's a kind of neighborhood. It's definitely like a suburbia. It's where you can go any street that you want, but it's all based on the street is, and the street is based on types of flowers that you want to go. Ours is watermelon, gumamela street. Gumamela is the flower. It's a red flower. It's with the red big petals and one big nectar on it. And that right there is our first house, where we have lots of gardens right there. We have tons of gardens. It's rebuilt since 2006. We have only a one floor house. And now, in 2006, we set it up a 2-floor. We're gonna set up the second floor, so because we upgraded a new compact to the floor right there, and it's a very hazy. If you walking upstairs, as you can see, there is nothing but the second floor. And when you open that door, the other room right there, it's nothing, and you can see the whole view of whatever on the acre. And I feel like I remember some things. That there is a basketball court right on the next street, right on the next street. Okay, it is right on the next street, and the other side is it's a family center. It's where all the parties, it's where all the graduation, it's all there. And then there is a chapel at the back. It's right behind our home, so all the neighbors out there, they could pray, or they could go to mass for some celebration. It's all out there. So my mom and I used to remember when we were going to our house, because our house is it's just an ordinary house, and some of the houses were the same as ours, but in different. Some of them are totally abandoned, and all the other streets are quite in a different place, quite in a little different things out there. And I absolutely remembered all other houses or any houses that I visited to somewhere, because they were all friends. They were all my old friends back in the house, and it's like it was good. Well, my old friends is very very well, and it's very excited, and they're just fine. I was a kid. I was like, this is very cool. And when I see the back of the house, and we run over and we run around to around the suburb. It's like a suburb around the air care, and that's the greatest moment when I see that house when we are going to. Even even when I'm even when it's raining, I used to go outside and wet myself, and then going back home and take a shower. Damn, I remember those. And precisely enough, you could drive a car, you could go taxi, and you could park it up there. And there is tricycles. There are tons of tricycles. It's right behind our house, and you could ride there. And besides, there's also one thing. There is a big tree, the biggest tree that I ever saw. It's right behind our house. It's right behind our garden, and there's a row, and you see a one big giant tree. It's a big giant tree that you see, but unfortunately, according to my mom, last year, it's been taken down because of the typhoon. If you don't know what typhoon is, it's considered a storm. It's a tropical storm, and it could be, and it's a very disaster storm that whatever happens. And I know, I don't know what's going on to our house. I don't know what's going on to my whole family out there, but yeah, it's been a while since I moved there. When I was a kid, I was like 4, and we live in a one floor house, and then the second floor house, and then after that, it's been like around 6 years, like about 6 years, or 7, 6, 7, or 8 years that I lived that house, because I feel like it's a very good, my old house right there is back in the Philippines. It's a very nice house, and besides, is it good? Besides, that whole neighborhood right there is very pure, and they have stores out there, and they have some fancy houses too. And I know that Garden Bloom Acre Center really helps me that remembering all the things that we have throughout the whole family, throughout the looking around when I'm seeing back in Cebu. And I know it's been a hard time for me to remember to what it is when you're looking at it, when you look back to what's going to happen. And Garden Bloom Acre Center is one of the best places that I remember for all my childhood. Hey, I forgot to mention that if you go to Garden Bloom Acre Center, first you have to go to this little narrow road, and it's a very very long road, and it could go you anywhere. That's where the entrance of the house, and then go there, and then there is a extension. There are lots of houses, even in the outside of even in the outside of it. And there is a school right there. It's a little right behind our garden lake, etc. It's a it's a kind of a school though. I don't know if it's a Roman Catholic school or something, but that is a long, it's a big wide of the school. It's a big wide of school. They could go there, very near. Isn't that crazy? It's just a little golden there, or there is a or there is a there's some basketball courts outside in the outside in Pitogo. It's all in there. Yeah, there is a connection to Garden Lake, etc. It's a little bit inside. It's in one hole inside right here, and the outside is just Pitogo. It's just a one whole village. So yeah, I totally forgot this mention for this one, but because I was lately talking about what should I see, what should I remember, but really, it's just the whole place right there. It's where and also they have plants as well. They could grow because we have to take a plant, we have to take a fruit or a vegetable from our own tree, but our own tree is in a little bit side of the it's a little bit back of our house that they don't know. And if you walk on a concrete, you're gonna be safe, but be careful. Don't step too much right here. And that the hill there is very too steep when you look at it. Otherwise, you're gonna be ended up in the canal. It sucks, right? Yeah, I know. Okay, well that's a very sad story that I tell you, but I just lose my energy today. Okay, guys, I'll see you back next time for another video. Hey guys, bye now.